We now have an official release date to the new update. You know what? I've been waiting for this day to come, even though kind of like I'm in charge of the release date. But I've been so busy, right, with updating the training and everything like that, that I just thought it's like never ending. It's like a tunnel that just I can't reach the end of it. But it's here. The release date of our new training, the new updates, everything is going to be on the 1st of July, which is in around just over 2 weeks' time. And I can't wait. So what we're going to do for the release, what does it mean? What are we releasing? So let's go over it in this video. Okay. So on the 1st of July, I'm going to be live streaming my charts for 12 hours with Michael Austin. So from 6 a.m. London time all the way up until 6 p.m. London time, and we'll officially release the new update and the new training at 12 o'clock. So basically, it's just going to be a live trading session for 12 hours. I was initially going to do it for 24 hours like the last update. I wanted to basically rent a massive office, get a load of media members, lock ourselves in this office for like 24 hours and just have a trading session. But I've been absolutely flat out at the minute. The day I go into this 12-hour live stream, I'm coming back from holiday. And then when I finish the 12-hour live stream, I'm going back out on holiday. So I have like a 12-hour window. But to be honest with you, it's going to be fun. I trade literally 24 hours a day as it is, just to show you. I mean, I'm literally trading right now with the members. I'm going to show you my results for today. Okay, those are my results for the day. As you can see, we can actually go over those setups if you want. So yeah, a very exciting time. What are we actually releasing, right? So I'm going to go over it. So every single year, I like to update our training videos and online courses and also the Binary Destroyer to make sure it's up to date, right? You lot at the end of the day are customers, and you know, I want to provide a good service for you. Nobody wants to join the Binary Destroyer and watch old training videos from 2017 when we first started. So every single year, I just like to refresh the training. The more I spend teaching you, the more I learn where traders go wrong. And, you know, I can kind of just freshen up the training, right? Even though it's basically the same strategies, the same rules, the same indicators, etc. It's just redoing the training so everything's fresh every single year. And mostly I do that at my own expense because it's a free update for you lot, right? Every single year I do this free update. Doesn't, you know, I'm not asking for any more money out of you lot. It's completely for free. Sometimes I do it at my own expense. But it's just, you know, it's good customer service, right? If you're happy, I'm happy, you know, there's good, right? We all trade together. So new training is going to be coming on the 1st of July for the Mogwai reversal, but I'll also be redoing the kind of the entire back end, the members area, just organizing stuff into nice playlists. So you can kind of see, you know, the latest videos, some of the old videos or whatever, right? It's all going to be there. And also an update to the alert. So if we just jump on my charts in front of me, I have the higher time frame alert. So what does this basically mean, right? So I'm going to go over an example on gold last week, and I used this example on the webinar. Okay, so we're going to use this example here, and we're going to explain, right? So as you can see here, if I just bring up, I'm just going to get rid of this here. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that. Hang on, let me just, yeah, there we go there, right? So we're in this trade right now. Or hang on here, let me just get rid of that there. Or we're about to take a trade, okay? So when I'm trading the Mogwai reversal strategy, as you know, we are looking for the second pullback to structure. We're looking to confirm the trend. The reason being is because we want to trade with the trend. We want to trade with what's happening right now with the market, right? If it's going up, we want to buy the market, right? We don't want to speculate it. We don't want to guess the market's going to go up or it's going to reverse. We want to confirm that it's going up, and then we think, okay, it's going up. Let's wait for the pullback and we'll buy the trend. Okay. So as you can see here, we have our, okay, so this is my first pullback. Let me wait for my first pullback here. Okay. Just hold on here. We're waiting. We're going to wait. We're going to wait. We're going to wait. Okay. Here we go here. Right, so at this point in time, we now have, it might go a little bit higher. Let me just, yeah, there we go there. So now when we look at this setup here, we have our first pullback. Okay, now when this pullback initially appeared, this was guessing that this was the first pullback. We didn't know, right? It could have easily just reversed like this. It could have easily gone down. We don't know, right? That's speculating that that was the first pullback. Now, if you look at the charts, we've actually got a confirmed pullback, right? We have an uptrend, we have a pullback, and we have an uptrend, right? You know, depends how you look at it. We have clearly a higher high. We have clearly a previous higher low. We have higher high here. Like clearly that's going up, however you look at that. Okay, so once we have a confirmation of a trend, we simply just mark up this area here, and I'm just going to turn the alerts off for a second, right? That just there, and we come back down, okay, and we touch this area. We have our signal, and now we have our confirmed pullback, and we ride the trend. There you go. There, beautiful, right? This very setup. Okay, in front of my own members, I turned £400 to $1 million. This is, I cannot express to you how much I love these setups, how much success I've seen from members trading this. Like, this is perfect. If I just go over to the Telegram group right now, I will show you the results. And by the way, I haven't been in there this morning. So just going to show you, right? So, well, I have been in there, right? I was talking to some members, but just look at some of the setups. Second pullback. Look at that one. You ready? That one is not a second pullback. Okay, that's the first one. So you're speculating. Okay, hold on here. First pullback there. See that one? A second pullback. You see these second pullbacks? So you've got on this one here, make this black. Okay, these are from the members. Uptrend, pullback, uptrend, pullback, uptrend. You see that? Okay, we're going to keep going here. Second pullback there, I'd assume. Yeah, that is the second pullback. You see the difference? Right? Second pullback. You're confirming the trend. You're confirming the trend. Okay, second pullback. Look at that one, right? So by waiting for the second pullback, it just gives you that extra confirmation. Now, what I found over the year with teaching people to trade is a lot of people struggle with holding trades. Okay, so it's a big problem, right? If you are trend trading, you have to learn to hold your trades, right? That is absolute fact. Now, why do people struggle holding trades? Psychology. Let me tell you the exact reason, and this is you. This is the exact reason. With a stop loss, right? If you don't set a stop loss, you don't lose a trade. So based on psychology, right? If you don't set a stop loss, you won't lose that trade. Okay, that's why most people blow their trading accounts. That's why most people go into these large drawdowns, because based in their psychology, in their subconscious mind, if they don't close this trade off in a loss, it's not a loss, right? This is the exact same effect with a winning trade. If you are in a winning trade, right? If you close it early, it's finished. It's a winning trade. You've took profit. Done. You've closed it in profit. It's a winning trade. That's why most people close trades early, because they panic. They see the profit. They close it, and then that is it. It's done. It's a winning trade. If they leave that trade open, it can easily reverse on them. And that's why most people panic, because they're in an open trade and it could reverse and not be a winning trade anymore. So they immediately close the trade off. They go, what? Got out, done, right? It's a winning trade. And that's a problem, right? Because if you can't hold trades with the trend, there's an issue. So what we decided to add was like a higher time frame confirmation, right? So if you look at this here, we now have, and you can change this, right? You can change the set. If I go into the settings here, you can change what you want. You can have the 1 hour in your favor. You can have the 5 minutes. You can have the daily, whatever, right? What this basically means now is that when I get this second pullback, it's now telling me I have the 5 minutes in my favor. So it's giving me that reassurance that, okay, I've got the 5 minutes in my favor. I can push this trade, right? It's giving you that confidence. Now, regardless if that appeared or not, I would still take the trade, right? Because I have that psychology where it's like, well, if it meets the rules, I'll just take the trade, right? That is it. For some people, they just need that reassurance that, okay, right, I've got the confidence now. I've got the higher time frame in my favor. What you can then do is, you can take this trade here. You can put your stop loss out of the way. We can target a 1-to-1, which is going to be the top of the zone. I'm just roughly showing you. we're going to take profit at the top of the zone just there. So once we've took partials here, right, we're not going to close it off. Okay, we're not going to panic. We're going to take partials out of this trade. We're going to take the profit that we're happy to take. And you have to be happy, because if you're not happy with the profit here, you're going to end up pushing trades where you shouldn't do. You're going to end up panicking by closing early. So set yourself your target. Let that target be hit. Take what you want out of the trade that you're happy with. If you have to go in with a bigger lot size, do that. Move your stop loss up so it becomes risk-free. And now, because we've got the higher time frame in our favor, and bear in mind, we don't need to look at any other time frame. Just go with that one time frame. Just ride it all the way up. Just have that confidence now that says, you know what, whatever happens now, it's okay. We've made profit. We've now gone risk-free. I'm happy. I've got my higher time frame in my favor. We've got the confirmation of a second pullback. Like, this is everything I want with my trading. Push it. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it, right? And you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And this could potentially be the right, look at that, right? Now we close it off there. If you think, if you decide, you know what, I'm gonna be a bit greedy now. I'm gonna take off more partials out of this trade. Okay, so I'm going to take more out of this trade here. I'm going to keep riding it all the way up. Now, I'll show you a trade as well on Bitcoin weekend. This was 2 weeks ago. So this wasn't the Bitcoin weekend just came. This was last weekend. And I took this trade on the 5-minute time frame. And this is a really good example of like the potential you could have made with this trade. So this was the trade here. Hold on, I'm going to have to try and find it. Give me a second. Let me pause the video. Okay, I'm back. Right, so I had to find the setup, sorry. So as you can see here, we have the 5 minutes. Well, this is on the 3-minute time frame, so it's actually not ideal because, the 5 minute and the 3 minutes. Okay, but we had the 5 minute. Notice how I had the second pullback here. Now, I actually took this trade on the 5 minutes, okay? So actually, let me go back to this setup here. Okay, so we had the 5-minute time frame like this. Sorry, apologies, the doorbell just rang. Okay, so when I took this trade, 5-minute time frame, second pullback, but look at how far this trade went up. Look at how far this trade went up. Look at that. Right? And that's the difference, right? I didn't actually hold it for this long, okay? I'd like to have done, but I didn't, okay? I closed it off early. But this is what I'm trying to say to you, is it's just reassuring you that you can push your trades for longer. If I show you another trade right now on, I don't know, just pick something random, USD Chef, right? Let's just look at USD Chef. Let's look at the 5-minute time frame, right? And let's just put, this is... let's just look at the 15-minute time frame. So I'm going to go to the 15 minutes here. And instead I'm going to put the 1 hour in our favor right now. So I'm just going to go to the 1 hour here, like this here. And we're just going to see if I can find you a setup here. Here we go here, right? No, that's not a valid setup. Maybe is this setup here? No, we've got a nice second pullback. I just want to quickly find you a setup. Give me a sec here. Okay, right, I'm back. I found one. I had to explain to you, right? Because a lot of people keep asking me, does this work on multiple time frames? So this right now is on the 15-minute time frame. So as you can see on the 15-minute time frame now, we have our first pullback and we have our second pullback there. You see that? So you can see, if I just bring this up here and I'll make it white, you've got a downtrend, you've got a pullback, you've got a downtrend, you've got a pullback. So we've got that confirmation of a trade, right? Of a downtrend. We can see that. Well, I can see that. It's marked up. Now watch this here. When this triggers now, can you see how I've now got the 60-minute in my favor? So this is where we would, you could look at that and say, you know what? I've got my second pullback. I've got my structure. I've got a confirmation of the trend. I've also got the 60-minute in my favor. Let's push this trade. Let's push it. And I think this will make a huge difference with psychology as well. And this is great. Now, also, I want to show you a little hack as well, which a lot of members, I know you lot are going to be watching and asking me about this one. The double alerts on the double alerts with the alerts, right? So let me just pause it here and set one up. Give me a sec here. Okay, I'm back. So the double alerts. So when we were building this with the higher time frame confirmation, when I first got the tester version of this, I noticed, right, whether it was a hack or it's like a crack in the system, but when you get a double alert together, so here, you see how you got a blue line there? That tells me that I've got the 5 minute and the 15 second or whatever time frame you could be on. When you have them both together, they seem to win, right? Now, as you can see, I took this trade this morning. Literally, if you go into the Telegram group, you'll see this very trade that I took, right? Here we go here, right? Hold on, let me show you the trade here. So see this trade just there, that double alert. So you see the blue line and then you see the after there, right? That is that trade just there. That was the trade just there, and it just kind of carried on going down sort of thing, right? Now, regarding the double alert, right? I just take these trades regardless. Like, I just mix them up with the Mogwai reversals. And I've had a lot of people that say that just taking the double alerts are amazing, right? I've had a few members that have now reached out and said they are funded with this. This is the tester version, all right? Because I have a small testers group that are now funded with this. I have one guy who makes around £1,000 a day, subject to how many, alerts he gets. And I've had a lot of people that say it's amazing, and I've had a lot of people that kind of say, you know what, I've struggled with it because like I don't know where to set my stop loss and take profit. Now, what I found with this, and this is a little hack, if you change the candlesticks to Renko bars, right? Let me just show you Renko. I'm not even joking you with this. Look at every time we get a double alert. So this was the double alert this morning, right? On Renko. So the double alert, look at that beautiful win. Let's go back into charts now, and I'll find you the last double alert, right? You'll see the double alerts because it will be a blue line. Look at that one. That one's a winner, okay? If we keep going here, there's another one there. So you can see how they overlap each other. Look at that one there. Beautiful winner. If we keep going here, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going and keep going here. There is another one just there. Okay, same again, a nice winner. If I was to go to perhaps the 10 seconds on Renko, it is the exact same. So same again here. We have a beautiful one just there. That is a winner. That one's a loss. Okay, that one's a winner just there. That one's a winner just there. I just keep going here. That one's a winner just there. And I keep going here. I'll find you one more. Okay, looking for a blue line. Where's my blue line? There we go there. That one's a loss. I'll find you one more. There we go there. That one's a winner at the top there. I'll find you one more. And in three, I don't know when I'm going to get one. Hold on here. There's a lot of trades that I've been taking. There we go there. And there is another sell just there. So, in fact, let me just show you on Bitcoin as well, because I took another trade on double alerts on Bitcoin as well this morning. So, let me just go over to the 15 seconds now, and I will show you every double alert on Bitcoin. So, there you go there. There's one there on Bitcoin. As you can see, just take the alert when the blue arrow appears. And there you got another one there. You see the double alert there. You just take that up. I'll find you one more. There you go there. That's a winner. Maybe you would have got a bit of drawdown on that trade there. But, I mean, maybe that's a loss. Maybe that's a winner. I'll find you one more. And 3, 2, 1. Hold on here. Where's my blue line? Okay. When it loads. Oh, when it loads. There we go there, right? There's one just there. Look at that one, the start of an uptrend. Look at that beautiful buy just there. And like I said, some people just take these and they swear it's amazing. And some people kind of struggle with it. So what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks, okay, is my trading is going to change slightly because of two reasons. The first one is a lot of trades that I take go on to become massive winners. Like, to give an example here, I'm not saying I would take this trade. Well, I probably would take the trade, right? But see this double alert here? Most of the time, what happens is, as I take the trade, right, I'll get me partials, like on this example here, is I'll take the trade, I'll get me partials at like a 1-to-1, and then I'll leave it for a 1-to-2, and that is it. I'll get out the trade and move on. Now, when I go back and look at the trade, like later, I think, wow, I could have made like easy another, 4% on this trade. So what I'm going to be doing is I want to see how far my trades actually go before they reverse, right? Because most of the time, like I said, I take the trade. There was that trade that I took this morning on gold. So you go see, look at this gold double alert just there. So I took that trade and look how much further it went. It could have got down, and I closed this early. You can actually see where I closed this trade. Look, I actually closed this trade off just there, right? So I took my partials around there, and that was my take profit. And if you look at the trade, I could have easily made another 4% on that trade, right? And just to show you that I actually took that trade, right? You can actually see those are the gold trades. See the gold trades at the top, right? That is that trade there. So I want to see how far I can actually push my trades and how far extra money I can make, because I'd be curious to see and weigh up the options between taking partials and then closing at a 1 to 2, or taking partials and then just leaving the trade, like just leaving it and setting like a 1 to 5 and seeing how many times that would get hit, and then at the end of the month weighing up to see which one would give me more profit, right? Because on this trade, you know, I could have got more money, right? However, you know, this might not go to a 1 to 5, it could have reversed, and if I'd gone for a 1 to 2, I would have made more money, for example, right? So it's weighing up the options, and I'm curious to see which one is that. And also the double alerts is that, does it work consistency, right? Can you just take a double alert as soon as the blue arrow appears? Because if you were to go into the private, we have this little private mentorship group here, and some people are swear buying them. I mean, look, this guy here is saying that every double alert so far on gold today has won, right? As you can see here, double alert, and there's a double alert as well. That one won. This one was a nice second pullback. And like I said, right, some people swear by them and say that they're amazing, and some people struggle with them. So I'm curious to see myself, okay, if I just take every double alert on gold on a certain time frame, that is it. Would it make me consistent profits, right? Is it that mechanical where if it appears, I just take the trade? Because at the minute, I don't really know. I just take the trade, right? If it wins, it wins. If it loses, it loses. It doesn't matter, because, you know, I'll just mix it in with the Mogwai reversal. So yeah, over the next few weeks, you're probably going to see a lot more videos of me taking these double alerts, a lot more setups where I'm like really pushing my trades. But yeah, very exciting time, very busy time, because straight after this, I got to do new training videos. I know this was a long video, but I just wanted to kind of get across to you the new update. Looking forward to the 12-hour live stream. Make sure you're there, because, you know, it'd be good to interact with you, whether you're a BD member or not. You are a trader, I'm a trader. Let's have a trading session. You don't have to have the binary destroyer, you don't have to be trading the same way as me, but it'd be good for you to kind of like interact. I can perhaps see why you take your setups, and you can see why I take mine. So I hope you enjoyed that video. My name is Jamie Palmer. Thank you for watching.